EFF leader Julius Malema on his stance on the e-tag or e-tolls rather. So just earlier on, I interviewed Efficient Group chief economist Davy Root, and he says that your policies will destroy the economy.
Depends who you are. Of course, they think they've got a leg to stand on, and if their market, their constituency that they are marketing to are people that think that they are going to produce a magic wand somewhere, and all of a sudden tomorrow morning we will all be driving around in Porsche. So that's certainly not going to happen. So as an economist, I can tell you that their economic policies are just plain silly, and it will lead to the destruction of the South African economy, and it will lead to hardship not only for their followers but for everybody else as well. This is just simply not going to work, at least the way I understand their economic policies, because their economic policies are a little bit, well, all over the place. It's kind of a mixture between the different kind of ideologies. I think there's quite a strong dosage of socialism in there, but I also pick up quite unusually some really free marketeer kind of comments that they quite often make when they talk about their economic policies. The name economic freedom is in fact a word or words that are typically being used by libertarians. So clearly when you talk about economic freedom, libertarians and the quasi-socialists, which they are, certainly talking about different things. But no, but the policies will certainly lead to the ruin of the South African economy.
That is Mr. Davy Root, the chief economist at Efficient Group. He's saying that your economic policies are not going to work.
You know, it's more even painful coming from a beneficiary of a system that has made him who he is to our exclusion, and therefore he will never understand our pain and where we come from. He's talking about Porsche. What a lost economist. He says we're dreaming that the following day everybody will wake up driving Porsche. He's dreaming. He's not talking about our policies. Our policies are talking about everybody waking up tomorrow having bread on the table, not Porsche. Porsche for what? We don't need Porsche. We need salt. We need meal. We need shelter. We need school uniform for every child. We need every child to have a textbook and a school to learn from. So I think he's not talking about us. I think you caught him off guard. That's why he's talking about Porsche. Ours is a simple thing. Let the masses of our people have shelter, and no one should go to sleep without having a meal. And that is possible. Porsche is correct. It's not possible, because Porsche is for them, the few, him and his relatives. We don't contest them there. We have no problem with that. But allow us at least to have a minimum wage. Allow our people to have employment. Allow our people to have clean water and electricity. That's what we're talking about.
He's saying that your policies are not realistic.
They
will, in a sense, threaten investor confidence.
Look, you know, when he says investor confidence, he says white people's confidence. Because there's no investor black. There's no black investor. They are white. He's scared to say you are going to scare white people away. And every time they want to say you are scaring white people away, they say you are scaring investors away. To me, when you say you are scaring investors away, it's simple as saying you are scaring white people away. These policies have worked in Venezuela. They've nationalized their oil. They've nationalized their mines. They've nationalized their agriculture. So, and they continue to produce for quality healthcare for their people. They continue to produce quality education for their people. So, if foreign investment wants to leave, they must know that the door is open. No one forced them to come in. No one will force them to leave. If they are scared for a democratic economy where everybody stands to benefit, they can go. We will deal with markets that celebrate an economy that is owned by the people. And at least in the world today, there's no one player in the economic system. There are many players today. The Russians are there. That's why Putin today is the most powerful man in the world. more than President Obama, which is a confirmation that alternative markets and powerful people are emerging. The Asians are there. They are waiting readily to enter this market. We have to just put the terms and say, this is how we're going to do it. But lastly, we have to be a country that produces for itself. Let's promote local investment. Let the state put money and say, because you want to produce cell phones, something that is in demand and in a market is profitable. Let's give you money and give you mentors and people who are going to ensure that this industry you are trying to open of producing cell phones becomes successful. Electronics. There are many things. We are a country that produces a fighter jet, yet we can't produce a car. Let's have the state focusing on such issues, including investing in Africa. Africa is waiting for us. It says, South Africa, lead us, revive our economy, come and help us to become a better continent and trade amongst ourselves as Africans. So that's who we are. Our brother here, Robert Mugabe, is doing a very good job. At the beginning, all of us doubted the Zimbabwean political stand on land and big industries. Things are turning around now. Zimbabwe is becoming one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And very soon, if the imperialist forces remove their illegal sanctions against Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe will be one of the best successful countries and will be the only country in Africa which owns its own land and its own economy.
Just one more question, because we are running